Hello, everyone. Good evening. अब तो good evening ही बोलूँगा because it's 10:30 in the night, and yes, this is a very ad hoc Facebook Live जो मैं कर रहा हूँ with a very dear friend who's really a very great human being as well. तो उनके साथ I'm doing it just for the whole sole reason that he's been just like any one of us. You know, he's been impacted, and and he sees a lot of, people scared around their personal life, food, grocery, being a parent himself, we all worry about, making sure our kids also get the food and everything. So, usi ki wajah se, I think that is, I think, one of the most motivating factors for him to create something like this. And this is a very useful app that we're going to talk about tonight on this Facebook Live. Because this app I have also used it. I used it day before yesterday. I was not 100% sure how it will work, but the way it has worked for me, I just hope and pray it works for everyone else as well, because it has saved me so much time, so much effort, so much hassle. This app prompts you when that window is available for any of the service providers, and we'll talk more about it in details. But basically, ये आपको बताएगी कि कब आपका एक service provider, for example, we are talking about Instacart, they have different windows available, and आजकल हम सब लगे हुए हैं उस fight में कि to find that particular time slot, earlier time slot, so that we can get the delivery on time. And बार-बार हमें उनके पेज पे जाना पड़ता है, बार-बार हमें उनके पोर्टल पे जाना पड़ता है to check if there is something available, and if something could be automated. आजकल automation का बहुत it's all about automation right now. So if we could get something automated around that, nothing like that. And thanks to Jay, who's the guest tonight, he's been able to do it. So Jay, before we go into the details, why don't you do a little bit of introduction about yourself, who you are, and what made you do this?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Varun, for giving me opportunity to talk to your audience. And I'm pretty sure that this would be something valuable for them as well. I'm like a Bay Area resident for more than a decade now. And, the technology is an integral part of the Bay Area resident. I'm especially in this area. So I have been in technology for a while. And then I was checking because of this COVID-19 situation, we have been trying hard not to go out of the home. And to buy our grocery, we need to rely on the online system. And online system, if you go and check it out, like major retailers like Safeway or Costco, these places, you don't get the delivery window. So I was just trying to figure out that how I can be smart in order to find the window, right? Because I heard like a story from the people that they are awake till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock morning, and just keep checking like every 2 minutes or so to find out they are lucky or not to get the availability. So that was completely crazy that you don't really need to do when your technology is your side, right? Like everything is automated. So you rightly said that I wanted to automate this process. So I was just playing with some technology like this is pure, very simple JavaScript application. And I do not try to maximize or make it like production grade application. My purpose was to just get it running so that, I can get my grocery. And also if it works, then why not? I mean, why not I should open source so that people can also take benefit of it. So that was the whole idea behind it. And fortunately, it has been working. But it's always depend upon the availability from the retailer side also. If retailer never opens, then you will never have the window. So it does not guarantee, but it just make you smart. You don't need to stay awake all day, whole night. So that's the whole purpose.
I know. I can share that pain. I've और जितने भी हम लोग अभी देख रहे हैं, all the people on Facebook as well as people on other social media जहाँ जहाँ मैं ये share कर रहा हूँ, I've had the same pain, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have the same pain कि रात रात को बैठना पड़ता है because we are always scared and I have two kids, so I'm always worried there should be no shortage of milk, there should be no shortage of certain basic things, and उसके लिए मुझे रात को जाग के देखना पड़ता है, इन पोर्टल्स पे जाना पड़ता है, multiple options choose करनी पड़ती हैं. Now if something could be automated like we were talking about, और अगर मुझे किसी तरह का prompt मिलता है कि this particular location or this particular vendor is available now and now we can pick it up, I would rather, have my cart ready and make sure I get this prompt and just have a click of button or a couple of clicks and just place the order. So I think I tried that, with Jay day before yesterday, and tomorrow is when I'm getting my delivery. Unfortunately, I didn't get the next day delivery, but it is still way better because पहले तो मुझे कोई slot ही नहीं मिल रहा था, for so many days I've been trying. Because I'm sure a lot of people are sitting in the middle of the night because everybody wants grocery. Or this time, I think one of the things which we also want to bring, and shed a lot of light on is, I know it is very important for everyone to pick up grocery, to get grocery, but it really is very, very critical not to go out and about. जितने भी stores पे जा रहे हैं लोग, अभी भी जा रहे हैं. I have a lot of friends and a lot of people who I've talked to. They're still going to, I'm not kind of saying don't do that completely. Yes, if it is really, really critical and you have no other choice, please do that, but with a lot of precautions. But thanks to Jay, who has created this, if you have grocery for about, say, a couple of days or maybe a week, then please use this application, use this utility to help you save that time and that, that tour to a grocery store. क्योंकि किसी भी स्टोर में जाना या किसी भी पब्लिक प्लेस पे जाना, it's not about, I heard stories from people that we are going to the grocery store, it's very planned, it's very organized, it's not about कि वहाँ पर लोग होंगे तभी ही आप infected होंगे. There could be somebody who would have come 1 hour prior to you और वो infect करके वहाँ चला गया, and you're doing the same thing, you're picking stuff from the same location and you will still be infected. So just by looking at the number of people in the store and saying that, I am safe or I feel safe doesn't guarantee anything. So please take care of that. जितना avoid हो सकता है घर पे रहो यार. You are not going to get this opportunity again. This is a blessing in disguise. Stay at home. And of course, थोड़ा सा कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि we're going to pay a little bit of premium on the grocery and stuff, which is okay. It's not gonna, you're gonna save your life. Life is more important than that couple of extra dollars.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what I mean. I heard a news. One dad, he went out for grocery and the grocery store, and when he came back, actually he got infected and he infected whole family. So you can hear these kind of stories. So why not take
I know
as much as precaution as you can? That's the whole point.
Absolutely. And since I have so many people now watching us on Facebook, Jay, I think let's get right into this application. Why don't you kind of give a walkthrough or tell us, what this application is, how to go about it, and anybody who wants to kind of install it on their system, how can they do it? And last but not the least, if they get into any kind of issues, how can they maybe contact you or reach out to you? So off to you.
Absolutely. So I can actually show the website, which I can share my screen. However, if I can send you the URL as well so that you can send it to your audience, whoever maybe looking in the future. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen now, Varun? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Jay.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, you can see it.
So as I said that I have written this code and I open source it, and it's nothing a very fancy piece of code. As I said that it's just a way to automate the whole system. So the URL, you can go github.com and jbkumar/delivery finder, which I'll share with Varun anyway. Yeah. And then you don't need to really log into GitHub to basically use this code base. One thing is that you need to have a little bit technical knowledge. You don't need to be like expert, but at least some level of knowledge would be great. If you're not, then of course you can go through the whole steps, but it will be a little bit painful or strange for you. But living here,
let me add something. So yes, while he's saying you need to be a little technical, even though I would say even though I'm a little technical, but even as a layman, the instructions are so well documented, or everything is so well written on this page that you really don't need to have any kind of like language experience or any kind of coding or development experience. It's very simple. If you just follow the instructions, I think you'll be able to do it. So I really want to add that this is not at all complex. very basic, but still, if you feel there are any kind of complications or you're not able to do it, feel free. Even I can help you. I can now, having done that on two different machines myself, I think I can even walk you through. But you can definitely. So I just wanted to highlight that that people should not worry that what, this is a complex app. And also on the other side, this is not an app that you can go right now into an app store. So you will have to perform these actions, which are very basic actions. All right, you continue.
Yeah. So one additional thing is that in case if you have any question, I have put my email address here as well. Like you can see that if you have any difficulty in setting up, send me an email at this email address. So I'll be able to get back to you with the answer, or probably I can jump on the call with you, also help you out if the time permits. Okay, so let's start this demo. However, few things is that in this demo, I'd be sharing some screens. So in order to keep the privacy, I would not be sharing everything because it will be having some information which I do not want to be in the public, like for example, address and phone number, all those kind of stuff. So, but I have the screenshot which I can showcase to you that would be similar to what you'll be expecting. Okay. So this web page, when you go, it just talk about the mission and what is the problem. As I mentioned, that the problem is that you don't get the grocery delivery window, so you have to either go out of the home or you just keep trying 24/7. The solution is like just run this script. Right now, I'm actually supporting these three retailers: Instacart, Whole Food, and Costco. And through Instacart, actually, you can get many stores delivery. For example, Safeway or Lucky's and all those kind of, because they are part of the Instacart system. So that's the Instacart Whole Food
And specifically, yeah, sorry, I'll add one more thing. And specifically for the Indians, who are looking for groceries, Indian grocery, I think last time when I placed the order, Bharat Bazaar was also there on the list. So it's just not these, the traditional stores. You also have all the Indian or the Asian stores also part of the Instacart. So you will be able to order for any Indian grocery as well.
That's true. Yeah. And then Costco is also there. Costco same day delivery is the one which I'm currently supporting. Um, Then there is a little bit description. That one more thing is that, I mean, you will know about that later on, but anyway, I can explain it here that the many people are asking how I would get alerted. So you need to keep your computer on and you will basically learn, or not learn, you will basically hear this sound. See, this is the sound. This will keep beeping whenever there is an availability show up. But anyway, let's keep
Yeah.
it for later. So these things talk about how to use this finder, right? There are a few steps here like A and B. The first step is talking about that you have to download a package that is called npm along with node.js. That's the language which is being used, which is basically JavaScript, which is used for running this app. So to do so, you have to go to this website. Let's go there. I open this one here. And if you're on a Mac, you will get this option, or if you're on the other operating system like Windows or Linux, you will get the binary for those operating systems as well. So for my case, I'm in a Mac. I mostly prefer to use Altia, the current recommended for most users, because the current one maybe still have some bug or is not still stable. So I try. So you need to click this one here. Once you click, it will ask that where do you want to save. I'm saving on my desktop. Once I save, you can see here it shows up here. Then I click open. So once I click open, it will show you different instructions here. It will ask you to read this stuff. You can click continue, continue, and agree, and all those things. At the end, when you are ready, it will start installation. Thing is that I have already installed in my computer, so now I'm not going to install it again. But this is the way you're going to install this Node.js. That will take care of step 0, and that's A. Now going back to the B, download or clone this repo by clicking the green color download button shown above. So if you go above, there is a green color download, clone or download button. It's right here. So I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to download. It's asking me where to download it. I'm going to download it. Stop. Let's download it. I have it here, so I have to unzip it. Let's go back there. You can see that got downloaded here, and after that it's saying that unzip the downloaded folder and rename the folder to delivery finder. So I'm going to rename it to delivery finder because there is something called master, the branch name showing up at the end. So I will remove it. I just did remove it. Download it. Okay, so we are done with step 0, right? Now let's move forward with step 1. Step 1 saying that you have to create a directory called COVID-19. So this is not necessary, but just for the sake of keeping it simple, I did it. So I will be creating directory. This is COVID-19. Create a COVID-19 folder, then I'll go to COVID-19. Okay, so and then move the downloaded folder delivery finder into the COVID-19 folder. So I'll show that one. Give me a few minutes for that. So you see there's a COVID-19 folder showing up inside the desktop, right? So, and it's saying move the downloaded folder delivery finder in COVID-19 folder. So I'm going to take this one, moving inside. So it is inside there. Good. Now, step 2. If you want to find availability in Instacart or Costco same day, then follow these instructions. So you look at here. There are 2 sections here. In step 2, you have these sections for talking about the Instacart and Costco. And if you further go down to 3, then another one is also 2.1, but it's talking about the Amazon Whole Food. It depends upon which retailer you want to buy your stuff from. So for this demo purpose, I'm focusing on Instacart, which is same for the Costco same delivery as well. To do so, you'll have to go to the Instacart webpage. So there you go. And once you go there, then you have to add your all items into the cart. Like we mentioned, take your time to add all your items to shopping cart. So I have already added all my items to shopping cart. So you can see shows up here. All my items are already added here. If you go back here, it shows that this page 2.2. You see this page, the same one which I'm showing up here. And after it's saying that click the checkout green button. So I'm going to click the green checkout button. So I'm not going in this one right now, but I can show you the screenshot how it looks like. Once you click the go to checkout button, then it will take you to this page, which will look like this. This one. And in this page, you'll see that you'll see the message no delivery times available. Okay, once you see that page, you just need to right click, like it's saying step 2, right click on this page and select inspect. So it will look like this. You'll have to click inspect. Right now I'm showing you right click and click inspect. Once you click inspect, this place will show up with the developer toolbar. And in the developer toolbar, you have to select network here. After selecting network, you have to type delivery underscore options in this field and click enter. Once you do that, you will see there is one entry show up here. It will the search result of yours, the keyword which you are searching for. If it doesn't show up, then what do? You need to just refresh it once. And after that, you will definitely see this URL here. And then you have to have all selected here. And after that, you just go underneath this section and you scroll down, then you'll see the request headers here. There is something called cookie will show up. That's your key, which is very important for you to get this script work. So once you go to the section, you have to double click and copy the whole section, whatever it look like. Okay.
Right. I just want to add here. The screen that you're seeing right now is all black. It's a very simple thing because we don't want to expose all the details for Jay and while he's doing this kind of demo. But otherwise, what you would see under the cookie would be an entire set of uh, some lines that you really need to just copy and paste it in a Word document. Keep it separate because you will need it separately. So Right now, you're not able to see it because it's been masked, just to be clear.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. So step 2.3, you just copy it and save it. So you can save it in any editor. For example, like I use this editor and this one. So it will look something like, I'll tell you how it looks like so that you know that you are copying the right thing. So it will start, the cookie value will start with something like, and then there will be some value secrets like that. You need to save that information that is called cookie, and then we'll use that later. You don't need to copy the cookie word itself. You just need to add, keep the value of the cookie here. All right. So we are good so far, Varun?
Yep. Good. Going strong. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's go to step 3. Step 3 talks about from the previous step, you must have value of cookies saved in test editor, which I have already done it here. Sec. Step 4, make sure you don't close the retailer's checkout page. So that is very important that you don't close your page. Let it remain there as it is. Like this would be the page which you will keep it open. Do not close it. And then go to COVID-19 folder, and then the subfolder you have delivery finder, where the finder code base is residing. So as I showed you earlier, this is the folder where you have the delivery finder. In that delivery finder, you will find a file called finder.js. Okay. So you need to open that file in the editor. So I'll be opening it. Wow. There you go. So I have opened this file here. So in this file, you have to pay attention here at the top. These are the lines which are for your interest. Since we are doing this demo for Instacart, so you will see these 5 hacks showing up here. You'll have to replace the value of those hacks with the cookie value which you have stored earlier. So now let's go there, value which I had earlier. This is the one, like I'm copying it. I'm not copying the actual one which I copied, but just for the demonstration purpose, I'm copying and pasting it. Once you copy paste it, you are done. That's it. You don't need to do anything, and save this file. Go back to the terminal where you were earlier. You have to go back here.
Oh, so you have changed a few things, huh? So yesterday we copied 2 things, but now you're just supposed to copy only one.
All right. Yeah, I simplified it.
Perfect.
Yeah, earlier there
Yeah.
were 3 pieces of information which I was asking Vijay, but now it's only one.
Got it. Yeah, easier the better, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So let me do 2 things. So show you how it looks like. So you are already in the folder, and if you see here, the step 6, which we have already done that, it was showing this image, right? And then step 7 is where we are right now. So for this demonstration, we are doing Instacart, and you see the command which you need to run is node space finder.js space minus Instacart. I'll just copy this command, and I will go back to here and then enter. Boom. You see that it gives me a message saying your cookie value of Instacart cookie is correct. Now let's the finder find and alert you. Let me maximize this one a little bit so you can read it. And you see that it start checking every minute. So the first check has already happened. It's saying no delivery window found using cookie value. Whichever check, next check will be in 1 minute. So it will. You need to keep this window, this terminal window, remain open, as well as the page, this particular page, um, this one remain open. So those are the two things which you need to keep remain open, and let the finder do the job. And once it finds the availability, then you would hear this sound, like it's saying beep sound here, as I showed earlier. It will just continue beeping like every 2 seconds. Beep, beep, beep. So I mean, it is very hard to miss it, and unless you
Absolutely.
have really mute your computer sound.
Yeah, and I would encourage, people with small kids, they should keep this laptop or this machine in a totally different room because, like for me, right, it was 2:20 or 2:05 a.m. and all of a
Right?
sudden I started.
You heard that
What?
at AM, 2 a.m. in the morning, right?
Right. Yeah, 2 a.m., 2 a.m. It started beeping, and I was, for a second, I was like, I was still not like sleeping, but I was half awake, and I totally forgot what was it, this thing, and then I realized I had to run towards my laptop and make sure, I look at it, and the moment I saw that this was available, I went to Instacart. The page was already open, so like Jay already told you guys, don't close anything. The page has to be open, so if you're on that page, it will take you a couple of seconds to just refresh and get the page up, get that option selected, and place the order. And that's pretty much it. It was so easy. Had I not been, using the script, I would have been sleeping. I would have missed that slot. Again, in the morning, I would have woken up to the same situation where I would be again waiting the whole day, maybe, and there was no way for me to get a prompt. But this is really helpful. Now, a couple of people who are joining on Facebook, Sudhir Bodkar. So what you've missed is, we were just demoing something that Jay has built, uh, and I've shared the URL. I'm going to post it on different groups as well. So what he's doing is he's created an automated way of getting notification for, at this point of time, three vendors, I would say, Instacart, Costco, and Whole Foods. So once we go to any of these stores and we,
Yeah,
add all everything.
but remember, Varun, even though it's an Instacart, but you have the reach to multiple stores in the Instacart.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's also an important point. So basically, through all these different vendors, you are able to process your or check out your order. Uh, the problem we guys are facing right now, everybody around the world, I would say, and especially in US, is they are not finding that availability of slot. You can create your checkout list, but you're not able to find that slot, and then it takes weeks or a couple of weeks before you even get a delivery date. By using his script, what it will do is it will inform you the moment any availability is on the portal. It will beep. It will prompt you that there is an available slot. Come to the system, just click on the checkout and process your order. So all the details will also be available, Subhir, after we end up this Facebook Live, because obviously this will be available as a recording. And I'm going to share, I have already put in the GitHub URL for, where you can find all the instructions. But go ahead, Jay, from anything that is left you want to talk about.
No, I think, like I said, that I mean, if you have any difficulty, reach out to me. I have put my email address there. Um, though I have like full-time job, I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And my whole purpose is to save people from this COVID-19 situation and make sure that they
Right.
can go out of the home. And if I can even help like few people, I'll be more than happy. My whole purpose is to help people. I'm not associated with any company, or I'm not making any money from this thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
just to be very
And
clear,
just to
that
be
this is just like
absolutely,
trying to help
absolutely.
people.
So that's what I was telling, right? I mean, that's when we started off this Facebook Live, that this is just, as uh, on a side that Jay has done for the community. He's doing other things as well, which he will definitely not talk about. That's Jay Kumar for you. He will not talk about everything else, all the community work that he's been doing. But this is something which he felt, was very useful. and this was something that required a little bit more kind of attention for people. And I know a lot of people, a lot of council members as well, who I would definitely be reaching out to, because what they are doing is, they have a bunch of people who are constantly monitoring, these websites and all that stuff. And for me, it feels like that's a lot of human effort wasted just by, having different people wake up at different times to place orders. I think by using the script, this will save everyone a whole lot of time, a whole lot of effort. Also, it's a very simple thing, even though he said, you might be a little technical to even use it. But, trust me, guys, I've done it. I've done it on two machines. First machine, I was just listening, following, Jay's instructions. Second machine, I think I pretty much kind of was kind of on it myself. And maybe if I do it for a few more people, then I think I don't even have to look at the GitHub portal as well for instructions. So that's how simple this guy has made. And he already mentioned, right, the moment we did it, between that and now, he's even simplified that process. So it is so simple. It's a couple of, instructions you need to follow and do it. Really, you will see the difference. For people who are stuck or don't have information, or, they get stuck somewhere. Jay has already mentioned on that location his email address, but again, I'll be very honest, and I'll be very, very upfront about it. This is something which is not going to generate him any money. He is doing it just out of, community service. So if you don't get support, don't start kind of blasting him, or don't start kind of putting comments for him. This is something which he will definitely reach out to you for sure. But at the same time, give him some time, because, end of the day, we all also have, starting tomorrow, like Monday morning, we all have our regular jobs as well. But I know Jay, he will definitely reach out to you if you get stuck.
Yeah. One more thing I want to add, Varun, here is that I'm pretty sure there are many people who may be technical in nature, who may have some programming background. And if they wish to contribute in this open source, they can definitely do that. Because earlier I started with Instacart and Costco. The Costco one, I got actually contribution from somebody who works at Google, and then he sent me his pull request. We call it pull request, to merge his code so that we can get the support for Costco. So if there are any developer in your audience who have programming background, they wants to contribute in this one, they can definitely help me by adding more stores in this code, in this script, so that we can cover more and more.
Perfect. That's even better. Yeah. So the more and simpler. So Sudhir, I think you are definitely interested. So you should definitely look at this GitHub URL, and I'm going to post it actually on all the locations. I will also be sharing this on the Facebook pages and different pages as well. So if you still want any help, please reach out to me, and I can definitely connect you to Jay, or you can directly email Jay. His email address is mentioned on that GitHub page. All right, cool. So I think I want to keep it short and sweet. This was very helpful, and thanks once again, Jay, for building something for the community. This is really important. Everybody is really very scared right now about the situation, and if we can stop people from going to these stores for the final grocery kind of shopping and all that stuff, that will definitely be helpful. You rightly said, right? I mean, those articles, if you read out all the news, that scares the hell out of everyone right now. And by using this script, this will definitely save not only time, maybe it will save your life as well. So use it, and reach out to Jay if you need any help. So once again, thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Stay safe, guys. Stay in home. Don't go out. Hope this will help.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Stay safe, guys. Good night, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.